Joe,
Senor Brad,
how is you?
slept great, full belly of food last night.
Yeah.
Woke up and saw the Black Friday sale. So thank you to
every,
the
every
crypto
fucking thing
gods.
is on sale.
Yeah, I bought Klima. I took advantage of that snowbank pounding they took after the Snow Dog debacle and bought some of that.
Yeah.
And bought more Fortress, which is one I really like right now, Fortress.finance on Avalanche. And I bought something else. I bought more Unistow, so that's holding up over on BSC pretty well. And I'm bonding and all of that. I mean, the discounts were like 95% this morning. So I piled into those.
That's
But,
awesome.
you
Well,
know, trying to figure out this debacle from yesterday with Snow Dog. I mean, I'm curious what you thought about it all.
look, number one, I thought I was an idiot.
Yeah.
so so I had not one opportunity to sell at a massive premium, but two opportunities to sell at a massive premium, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. Somehow in my stupid ass head, I thought that it was, going to pump some more. And I had just finished conversations with you throughout that show yesterday afternoon saying, this is going to go so fast. How is it going to happen so fast? But instead, I see over 50 grand offer on the screen and over 30 grand offer on the screen two different times. And I don't execute the sell. Like, I'm sitting there hoping it's going to pump to stupid highs beyond that. Now, I don't know if the sale would have executed. I'm chalking that up to being one of my most colossal,
Well,
DeFi fuck
look,
ups in history of me
yeah.
personally.
Hey, look, I wouldn't beat yourself up too much because from what I was hearing in other channels, nobody got filled on that. Or nobody I knew. A lot of people got orders that were just spinning for like 40 minutes and never came through at like 49.9% slippage.
Yeah.
So to me, I tend to, I thought it was, I looked at it as like maybe an IPO that was going to run myself. I didn't anticipate the switch to the whole new swap engine or a whole new swap platform instantly that nobody knew how to do.
Right.
And that's a little sus in my mind, but it is what it is at this point.
Well, I got to tell you, look, I think I was, I tweeted yesterday, this was really shitty, yada, yada, yada. And it was. But I think I was also pissed at myself. Look, at the end of the day, we've said over and over again to everybody, you make your own decisions, only put in there what you can afford to lose. We are really fucking around with this. We don't have any idea how it's going to work. And, it's $3,800. We'll see if it recovers. And there's a play here when they do this split. I don't know. We'll see. But, it's still fucking crazy, dude. Just nuts. I'm going to show the video from yesterday in a little bit, but I'm going to give it a little time just so there'll be enough people. Now, the interesting thing is Snowbank does this big dump, right? Which, I tweeted yesterday, everybody dumping, you're pumping our APY up because look, we're at 918,000% right now. So you were smart to buy in some more. I've been thinking about it. I freed up a little cash about an hour ago, but been busy all morning on some other shit. But I'm thinking about snagging some more of this. Has the price recovered at all since yesterday from people dumping on Snowbank?
When this morning I was looking, it was still at around like 800 or 900. Maybe it was 1100. I can't remember. I mean, look, this is Snowbank. Well, I looked at like Hatter was tweeting, "Hey, everybody pissed at Snow Dog and Snowbank. Come on over here." Time was tweeting about it. Everybody was tweeting to grab that. So everybody who was pissed at Snow Dog dumped on Snowbank, which
they had
rightfully
a little recovery.
so.
Yeah, they had a little recovery. Dropped to 622, back up to 925.
Yeah, I think I got in around 8 something.
Yeah, look at with this APY, kind of hard not to stay.
Yeah,
more in.
Or at least because my entry point was somewhere between, I think it was about 1700, 1800 on the little bit that I had before, and so I just doubled the stack and DCA'd it down to about, I think, 1200-ish range. So I expect it to go back to 25 or so or 2 pretty quickly once everybody gets over it. I am kind of intrigued by the concept of that. My calculations figure that assuming that there's 50,000 snow dogs, which I honestly don't even know how many there are at this point.
Right.
I don't know how many they
To your
burned.
Web3 provider.
That you get, you'll end up with about 20 million of the new meme coin S-Dog. So, you know, I mean,
if that's how they're doing the split, God only knows with these guys how they're gonna work it.
Well, I think they're gonna have to do something good, or else Snowbank's gonna be dead.
Yeah, they really need to step up. So speaking of that, here's their, you know, yesterday.
So I bought more Snow Dog too, by the way, at 120. Just so you know.
Yesterday they're doing this. I wish some of these projects would get some help with English as well, because yesterday they were in the Discord and on Twitter basically saying, "Oh, we meant for it to be fair and it didn't work the way we expected, yada, yada, yada." And it's like, look, you know, there are all kinds of methods for handling this, but if you don't tell people, like, they pulled this thing yesterday. What did everybody have? Like 8 minutes before the sale?
Approximately,
to come in, set up the smart contract access. I mean, you were still dealing with it. I was in and just blew it. So that's my own fault. But the fact that they did this so last minute, right? They didn't have to release the URL, but they could have had everybody get their smart contract set up, permission set up. I know that what they were trying to do was prevent bots from accessing it. And if they gave them too much time, they could have changed their scripts to do it. But, you know, just the way that it was handled and communicated was shit. And there's most likely a better way to do these things. So anyway, they posted today, yesterday's event marked the ending of the 8 days game theory experiment around Snowdog, a decentralized reserve meme coin. The scheduled buyback anticipated massive sell-off, retained attention from countless communities, yada, yada, yada. We're deeply invested in Snowbank and have big and ambitious plans for its future. But here's the postmortem. From the start, we made Snowdog rules and purpose extremely clear. 8-day experiment, buyback financed by every asset. Phase 2 would be establishing S-Dog as the meme coin for Avalanche. We had developed this new game theory. Well, I'm not going to sit here and read this whole fucking thing. But the bottom line is they're basically saying, hey, we kind of screwed up, but not really apologizing. We tried to make it fair, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, I just feel like they could have probably put a lot more thought into this. It feels like they made the decision, like, you know, a day or two ago to do this switch. And so they didn't give themselves enough time. I would have preferred they thought through all of this prior to, you know, launching this thing 8 days ago, because the way they phrase it isn't particularly confidence inspiring. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, let me go ahead, Joe.
I was going to say, you know, look, if they want a way to make this right, I mean, I know I told you in some of my chats that people were, you know, throwing 10, 20 grand at this thing. And I was like, wait, what the frig?
Yeah.
These guys are down 90%, basically.
It's insane.
And so I think,
or even more now. I mean, what's the price at? Like
120 or 110 or something. I don't know. And I mean, Snow Dog, but
yeah, Snow Dog.
You know, I think if you want to make it right, you know, you handle this token split right, and then you know, buy up a shitload of it, Snowbank, and get that price up and true everybody up. Yeah. Or you airdrop some Snowbank into everybody's wallets, apropos to whatever the ratio was between that and Snow Dog. They were pretty close at the beginning, if I remember right, price-wise.
Yeah.
So something like that. And you know, because all the capital's fleeing from Snowbank, it's going to Fortress, Hatter, Time, you know, everything.
Well,
I mean, they're all kind of down, but
that's what happens when you screw up the trust, right? Now, look, there's still there's 54 million TVL there right now, so you know it's not an overall crisis, but they need to act quickly, right? I don't want them to jump in and do something right away. Now, one of the things that people were talking about was setting up minting for S-Dog at a really steep discount, so people could go in and earn, you know, Snowbank there or whatever, but. Look, I just think they need to act, and they need to act fast. Now, there were people documenting yesterday or last night and then today that there were whale wallets that bought in the last like 24 to 48 hours and didn't approve the swap on Trader Joe and immediately approved the swap on the contracts before the swap at the new DEX that these guys set up. That leads people to believe that there were guys that knew this was coming, got in, and were ready right at the split second that this thing went live, and they're the ones that sucked up all the cash that came in. So what they're assuming is that the guys at Snowdog gave people advance word. My assumption would be the guys at Snowdog probably snagged as much of it as they could at the beginning, and they obviously knew in advance, but it's just a really shitty bad look. You know what I mean? It's just makes them look like they can't be trusted, and they're going to be called a rug, until they do something to make it look like it's not a rug. And so anyway, I mean, there's all kinds of rumors flying around, but it's insanity.
Well, look, everybody's pissed. And I think that, look, if I'm Snowbank, Snowbank, I'm going to use the words interchangeably because I think it's the same team.
It is.
And you got all this SEC oversight coming about DeFi and people pissed, I mean, there was a lot of Americans in that deal, obviously.
Yeah.
And now you guys are exposed to that.
Yep.
So, I mean, you need to chew everybody up here, guys. And because I know that somebody was selling inside based upon all of the stuff that you said and what I read. Not to say that never happens in crypto. I would say it's probably more the norm than the one-off event. But, look, this is a different world. And, you don't think people can find you because you're a DAO? I say BS. They will find you if they want to find you. So make it right, guys.
All right, let's quickly go through some humiliating footage of yesterday's chaos while we were doing this live of me, not once, but twice, not executing the sale because somehow I thought that in the next few seconds it was going to keep going up, even as I watched it go down. So let's turn this on. I don't have audio on this, so I'm going to try to listen to it on YouTube while I'm doing it, so I may have a little lag on commenting.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
How come?
Is it working?
Right.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, it's gone.
Connect your wallet, MetaMask. So this is you and me struggling to try to see what we got, folks.
On the fly.
So they are launching. So far, it looks like they've just launched their own swap site. So this theoretically could be circumventing the pressure from. Oh, they're offering me $31,000. So there's right my offer at $31,425.
10,000 a pop.
All right. 10,000 a pop. Pretty ugly. Oh, dude, this is fucking nuts. Seriously. I don't want to make this decision. I'm watching on YouTube. Now. Did I already miss the 50,000? I wanted my limit buy to make the fucking decision.
No, you haven't said anything about that
yet.
Oh, it just dropped to 56. God. Oh, maybe I only screwed up one.
Yeah. I think you only did it once, dude, to be honest.
Good. I feel a little better.
Point of hesitating. 1374 on Trader Joe's.
So they've completely circumvented Trader Joe. There won't be any market pressure. And it's dumping like a motherfucker. Everybody sold.
Did they?
Yep. We may have just gotten fucked, Joe.
Well, I can't seem to get my Web3 interface connected. So
this is my Web3.
Just go to the swap site and authorize there. I was still in profit at 5,600. That's the sad thing. You think after I see it drop off a fucking cliff like that, I'd have enough sense not to. Now we're down to 1591. And there's no way to know what the fuck's going on with the volume or anything else. They totally fucked us.
Hold on, let me see what's going on here. Let's see.
That's probably my worst, not acting on a moment.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard. You don't always want to, when stuff is dropping like that, there's, we always know there's going to be early profit takers.
Yeah.
And a lot of times diamond hands, you want to hold because you're waiting for the bounce.
I appreciate you, Joe. Thanks for making me feel better.
Yeah, but I don't think that, I think it's a hard one. I know people were trying to fill that at the very beginning and didn't get filled. So.
I basically, but here's the thing. I didn't click the fucking swap button when I was at 9.5x over my investment. I didn't.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll go with
And then I'm watch it drop off a fucking cliff and go to 5,600. I'm still in profit. I'm still in profit by $1,800, and I don't click the swap button. That's pure, just
greed.
Stupid. Yeah, greed. It must be going to pump soon, or maybe they're only doing part of it.
Well, you probably had in your mind an expectation of, wait, this could be 150K payday.
Yeah,
And so when you see 50, you're kind of like, oh, is that enough?
exactly.
And and then you're like, well, then later on you think, well, yeah, 9.5. Somebody's on here. His trading edge. Agreed, the lack of communication from S-Dog made it look shady as hell. Or hold on, or at least amateur hour. Yeah,
Totally
absolutely.
agree. Trading edge. It's look, they handled this really shitty. And their communications after isn't getting any better. I mean, I think they're trying to say, hey, yeah, we didn't do this right, but they're really just not like, communicating properly with people. And I think there's still a chance to save this. Some of the worst screw ups in history have actually helped companies and projects grow, right? But you've got to be out there saying, we did this wrong. We're going to figure out a way to at least make it up partially and give you an opportunity for future growth, whatever. But just saying I'm getting a meme coin, look, okay, I'll set it in the wallet and see what the fuck happens with it. But, at the end of the day, you really need to make it better. And I think the best way is to get the Snowdog holders engaged in Snowbank. Now, the risk is that everybody dumps it. So I would put some kind of lockup if I could on it. If there's some way to do that, maybe make the mint like instead of 5 days, like, a month or something, so that if you're going to let people stake Snowdog to mint for Snowbank, I don't even know if that's possible, that, you set it up for way in the future so that there's not a massive dump in 5 days. And then Snowbank's down to like, $3 a token. So,
well, I think it's like with Hatter, you basically just buy the tokens. You don't even stake them anywhere. They just stay in your wallet, and then they reward you time.
Yeah.
And it drops right into your wallet as well. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's an angle for Snowdog. I like the big minting discount, maybe with, some other kicker in there. But, my read is for each Snowdog. I mean, I don't know how many tokens are left. And if it's 50,000 tokens left, which I think it's probably less than that, because I think we started at 70,000.
Yeah.
So probably around 20 or 10. If it's 50, you end up with 20 million of the new token per one Snowdog. So if it's 10, you're going to end up with 100 million of those tokens. So
right.
Could this be spun up into like a Doji Shiba meme coin kind of play? I mean, I hate those coins myself, but maybe so.
Maybe.
But if you could do it with the Snowdog and reward with Snowbank,
yeah,
that way, that would be pretty cool.
Well, and you could do something where, they say they're going to renounce the smart contract, which is great. So then do you potentially say, okay, I'm going to let the community build something around this token, right? Like Sheeb, at least, the project is actually building shit around it, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a DEX and some other stuff. I don't know. But, give it something more than just meme coin, right? It just, that's not going to be sustainable because the newbies are already jumping in on the meme coins, right? And when they jump in to the new place, they come in on Doge, they come in on Sheeb. But for you to try to build up a meme coin to be like as big as it could be, just because it's the only one on Avalanche doesn't mean anything, because you need the people that buy meme coins are not real investors, right? They may invest it just for fun or say, yeah, fuck it, it looks like that's going to trend back up, I'll buy it now. But it's a speculation play, and you're not going to get a bunch of newbies coming into Avalanche. So you need to give it a purpose. It needs to have a point. So anyway, we'll see.
Trading Edge is sharing some sympathy with you too. So,
oh, nice, Brad. You only had several moments to execute, so agreed with Joe. Don't take it too hard. Chalk it up as a lesson for the next drug. Yeah, I mean, we at least knew what was coming, right? So I did say, win or lose, this was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of fun until it felt like at the end.
Until it wasn't.
They started playing like smart coin, right? So that's interesting. Now, I wanted to pull up, there is a tweet, there's a project called Come Quant, which is...
Oh, wait, I heard it. Yeah, I saw that one somewhere
NFT based, and they tweeted yesterday, all S-Dog holders, don't sell, we're coming to help you. So I don't know if they're planning some kind of NFT project around it, but it's such a, yeah, I'm holding cum. I just
Is it kumquat? No, it's kumquat. That's right.
quants, which is cute and funny,
Yeah,
and
I like it.
also kind of off. But so disgruntled S-Dog holders, you'll want to read on, right? So they're saying creating a meme token that provides value to holders and enjoyers of meme value. This starts with Quant's NFT collection, but the Comb fork is where the true meme starts. So I assume they're going to try to do an Ohm fork for their project as well. We're not diverging too much, but we will say our Comb fork will be including S-Dog bonds and accumulating as much S-Dog as possible. It has been made clear that S-Dog had overwhelming demand because the SB team and community created hype that made expectations unattainable for the vast majority of holders. And for the 9% of holders that did not appreciate the buyback profit, we're here to tell you that if you come to our treasury with a good attitude and S-Dog, you will be rewarded. So I like their approach better than the guys who are just kind of jumping in to say, come over here, come over here. It's like, look, there's at least something they're planning for it. So, who knows? I'll keep an eye on them. I have notifications on for Kumquants. It's interesting to try to leverage kind of these failures to see what you can make of it and add some value to your own project. So who knows?
That's what I like too. It's like all of a sudden, so everybody who's playing in S-Dog, a lot of people have their own projects too. And so now all of a sudden the crypto community sees an opportunity here to both gain market share, gain loyalty, fix a problem. And so now you're going to see a bunch of minds come together to figure out, okay, how do we create value out of this, debacle of some sort? And now Snowbank, or is it what's the other one? Snowbank. They have to, now they got to compete with other players that are now going to be trying to like suck the value out to their platforms. So you end up getting hopefully the best monetary resolution in those types of situations. So
exactly.
I'm excited. Okay, we got another comment. Strawberry miserable. Ooh, compounding rug pulls. Is that a new DeFi concept? Yeah, it's called DeFi down.
Just keep falling further into the shithole. There you go. Exactly. That's great. Thanks, Strawberry Miserable. Great name.
Yeah, I like that too.
All right. So that's Kumquats. That's my S-Dog humiliation. This is something you sent, Joe.
Yeah. Yep.
What you got?
Well, just Singapore greenlighted 2 physical Bitcoin funds.
Okay.
Singapore's, I'm going to say, has at least the best legal system in Asia, Southeast Asia. Not to piss anybody else off there, but it's sort of based on British common law. So you've got IP protection and a whole bunch of things, just in that level. So to me, that's what makes them a big financial center.
Right.
And so that this is there tells me that, look, here's another one. So, our US regulators, they watch stuff there and other markets to see what works and what doesn't work. So these are case studies probably for, helping to move our regulators to sort of spot BTC ETFs or funds or physical funds, things like that. So to me, that was a positive.
Awesome. I just closed that one. Shit.
Is that the Snowbank chart? Snow Dog?
No, that's Bitcoin.
Oh, that's the Bitcoin one. Yeah. No, so this was, look, the guys at Jarvis Labs called this completely last night. I mean, just on everything I saw, they were just, you got to read the latest Ben Lilly letter at Jarvis Labs Espresso.
Okay.
And he completely called the flush.
Why did he call it?
Well, he says it was based upon a lot of the liquidity clusters. And he was like, look, we need a little flush here before the next run up, because, and he was saying this was going to happen, but, at almost this exact level. And then boom, I woke up to, ETH at 4K and BTC at something. But you know what? You need some profit taking. So then everybody reloads. So to me, I thought, no big deal. Black Friday sale. I'm going to go in and, DCA or, average down on, whatever's off 20%.
I'm a little nervous about it. BTC breaking this line,
which one is that? 52?
It's like 53 down to 53, 292 at the bottom. I have a little concern about that, but let's see what happens. Hopefully it keeps bouncing a little bit here and we get some recovery. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I sent over a Kingfisher
I'm
chart.
in about 80 bot trades right now. So, oh, Kingfisher. Let me load that one up.
Yeah, because it was before the flush. So you could see this massive liquidity pile right below it. I think that was BTC. Maybe it might have been E. No, it's BTC. And, you could just see it was going to be a liquidity grab at that point.
Wait, where did you load that?
Did I put it into the
I think
Telegram
you did
channel?
personal.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on, I'll get it. I got it. Except it's just an image.
Hold on, I'm gonna forward something over to you. This is from
Send
the
me a
Jarvis
link,
Labs.
not the image.
Here comes the. Where the hell are you? Oh, DeFi launch. Here you go. This is the actual Jarvis Labs tweet, which has that picture in it.
Okay, good. Got it. All right. Now, folks, I know you guys kind of come here for DeFi, degen, but all of these things are relevant to what happens in the market as a whole, right? I mean, OHM was down when I woke up this morning at 720, which is way off. And often, sometimes OHM has not reacted to Bitcoin, but, this morning it did. So Bitcoin certainly drives kind of everything that's happening in the market and kind of overall investor sentiment. So it's really important to keep an eye on these big tokens because they will impact overall performance across the market. And there are very few coins that won't react to it.
Yeah. And one other thing, if you look at Bitcoin, then you got to look at one more level up. You got to look at US equities. So what happened is with this new Corona variant that everybody's freaking out about in South Africa, there was a big equity sell-off, which then leads to a Bitcoin sell-off, which then leads to everything else. So that's why we kind of start top down.
Yeah.
Sometimes before we get all the way down to DeFi and degen and all the places we like to play.
Yeah.
So that's where I start, just because I think it's all sort of tied together in a way, and it gives you the opportunities.
Yep.
So, US equity market, I don't think it's going to tank much because there's just too much fresh paper getting printed. You get these adjustments, but, off of one news story, one variant, although they make it sound pretty ominous, whatever.
Well, I tell you what, if it does look like it's going to be ominous, I'll go back in and buy more Zoom because that's what I did last March. And that was a very profitable jump in for me.
Yeah.
I hit that one. I hit that I guess it was like March 15th, something like that.
Didn't it go from like 8 to
250?
250? Did it go from like 8 to 250 or something like that?
Yeah. No, that was one of my best stock investments ever. So, at least for a short-term play. Let's see what else. Snowbank's dumping again. So sales back on. And the interest, your APY, let's refresh this bad boy.
But look, in general, even in stocks,
look at that 1.1 million. See, that's the great thing about this, about how Olympus DAO functions, right? Every time we dumped, 10 million off of where we were? I can't remember. But anyway, every time people dump out of here, it compensates for it, right? It compensates for it with the APY. So as long as you don't feel like a token is going to drop to zero, right, then almost always this APY is going to increase when people pull out of here. It's all about kind of the psychology of trading. And this is the whole idea behind Olympus DAO. This is why it works so well. Now, I wouldn't give as much credence to Snowbank being able to hold, especially after yesterday. But to me personally, not financial advice, but for me personally, this is an opportunity to buy in at the sale price, right? Like you did earlier today, Joe, because you're going to be printing more tokens and you're going to be printing them at a rapid rate. Right now, you're at a 5-day ROI of 13.6%, right?
Yeah.
That's like, please. And if this thing rebounds just to 1,500, look at where you're sitting if you buy more in here, right? So, I'm hoping these guys figure their shit out and learn how to communicate and do something to make the S-Dog people feel like it wasn't a rug. That's key right now. They have to make people feel like, no, this wasn't a rug. We're going to address it. We're here to try to make this right. Doesn't have to be full compensation for everything that everybody lost in it. We all went into the experiment knowing we could lose some money, but they really need to help those folks out that show some potential light at the end of the tunnel. right?
Yeah. And
Show some way to earn it back.
yeah, exactly. It's not a handout. It's just a matter of give people opportunities to, recoup.
Yeah.
And, I mean, in the sense of it could be an airdrop of Snowbank, other things could be in play.
Yeah.
But, I get the idea with this type of stuff that, when it goes down, it's eventually going to cycle back. And, when that happens, you're going to be sitting pretty. I mean, that's why I went in and minted a bunch of, I think, Fortress Finance this morning, too, because
let's talk
I think
about
it was,
where's Fortress sitting right now?
I want to say maybe
Did their TBL go up?
70-ish. Huh? I think they're at 70-ish. I haven't looked for a couple hours. But look, there was a 98%. Oh, wait, was it Fortress or Unisdow? Maybe it was Unisdow. But there was big discounts on minting. I think it was Unisdow. I'm sorry. But, a mint discount was 98%. So
Jeez.
tell me you're not going to mint on that.
Yeah.
So I moved a bunch of B stuff in and got some BUSD and did it. But this one too, I've been piling up in Fortress just because, metaverse, medieval night game coming, play to earn, all that kind of stuff. And
are they actually showing the game? Do they have shit together on that?
No, this is just talk right now.
It makes me nervous.
But
I
look,
do like
everything
the
else. Yeah, look, it's what happens at the end of these. Like what is Wonderland doing? They're building out this massive portfolio of vertical markets that they're going to play in. What is Ohm doing? So these are tech companies. So these guys are trying to do the same thing. It's newer, obviously smaller of everything, but it seems to be working for me right now.
Good.
I have it with Trading Edge too. Trading Edge. Sorry, I never found that coin B Danny. I did see it on Coin Alpha.
Oh yeah, Trading Edge. If you've got a link, please post that in. We can't find it.
It might be launching today, but I did pile into Hatter. And I thought
you did go deeper into Hatter, so you can actually see that you're making something.
Yeah, no, they put up a dashboard. Now you can go see how many time you've earned.
Oh, because that was shitty yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck? This is like tells you nothing. I mean, they don't even tell people on the page that those are going to just appear in your wallet, right? It's like, so people are like, one of my pet peeves is the fucking shitty communication that DeFi companies do on DAOs do on their websites. It's like, look, explain shit to people. You can't just assume people understand what the hell is going on here, because you're just confusing people. And if people are having the slightest doubt and confusion, they are not going to be taking part. Where's the dashboard?
Oh, it's a dashboard. Just put a dashboard before Hatter in the URL.
Gosh, imagine if you link it on your website.
Yeah, it's in the Telegram chat. It's just not up on the website yet.
Oh my God. It's just like levels of just incompetent communications. If there's anything we need to work on in DeFi, besides, always working on security and that kind of shit, we need to work on fucking communications. Like this should be.
Is that dashboard?
Yeah, this is a dashboard.
There it is. So it shows your holdings at the top line, and then that would be the time below it that you would be earning.
What are Joe rewards? What's Joe? Is that a Trader Joe token?
I don't know. There's another token there called Joseph. I haven't even bothered to dig in. It must be Joe would be Trader Joe because they're all on Avalanche is my guess. But there's another one called Joseph. But again, I'm not digging deep yet.
Okay. Well, I assume that Joe is related to Trader Joe, but it
must be because it's on Avalanche. So that would definitely be Trader Joe.
Hatter's been dumping a bit.
Yeah, no, it did go down. A lot of stuff's gone down. But I think I've got like 2.5 billion of them or something. So
you got more than that if you put more in, because that's what you had for your small buy the other day.
That's right. So, look, who knows? I mean, sometimes this stuff just goes for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at, when all those dog coins started moving earlier in the year that everybody thought were dead.
Yeah. It looks like the US is waking up and dumping more Snowbank. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Well, this shows 7. See, I'm a little bummed about Dex Guru's charts. Let me go over here. I don't think he's getting it live. It's a little messed up.
Let's see if I can find some decent pools for everybody too while we're talking here.
All right. Let's see what else is going on, Joe. You got any other news? Let me go back to my news feed.
I did see, hey, I saw Encryption got acquired.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm interviewing a competitor, a
Ooh.
genomics competitor next week.
Which one?
It's called Genome.
They in San Francisco?
I haven't done any of my advanced research on them yet. But by the way, everybody, just so you know, at one time in history, Joe and I were advisors to a similar a genetics project, and evidently they got bought. Which
Yeah,
is
no, by Indigenous AI, which is a company in Indianapolis. That's, the problem in genomics is that most of the data out there, the sequencing data, is your Northern European types. How do I put it? It's mainly white DNA. So you don't get a lot of minority populations other than some Asian countries. So what these guys, Indigenous, is doing is they're sequencing African genomes. Partnership with a company, I think Helax or whatever, I think it's in Kenya.
right.
And so basically encryption operates off of, whereas like the 23andMe's and Ancestry, those guys, Ancestry is now owned by Blackstone and some Singaporean companies. 23andMe is, I think, a Richard Branson company. They don't know if it went public yet, but they were going to reverse merger IPO it. And so what they do is they make money like Google does off of your data. And these companies, 23andMe, unless you opt out, they could sell your genomic data sequences to anybody.
Yeah.
And, so it gets out there. And I'm telling you, that's scary, because if you think, ads popping up in your browser because you're talking about buying a bass boat is scary, this stuff is about, behavioral modification. There are genes tied with everything from infidelity to mood disorders. So you can really manipulate people into doing things if you have that data.
Right.
Well, encryption's all about, you, the individual, own the data. So they'll sequence for you, or you do the 23andMe, but you check the box to opt out of data sharing. And then you send your DNA to them, to their platform.
Right.
And they have, I think, it's built on multi-chain maybe. And basically they have a token called DNA, and you could get it a couple of places. I think Uniswap, and I know for sure on Coin Metro. And scientists will buy the tokens and then use the token, or buy them actually at the encryption site too, and use it to sort through data sets of the type of DNA data they want, all anonymized, of course.
Right.
And then you have your DNA up there. Most people's probably worth $10 or less per share, but some unique situations could be very expensive. So what's missing in all of this is African DNA. And so they have this big partnership. There's supposedly, $500 million going into buying sequencers in Kenya to sequence African DNA. Well, that all comes to now, it was going to encryption through partnership, and now the U.S. company decided to just buy encryption instead, which is a really, really good play. Now, their token was going up yesterday, and then it went down today. It's cheap. I think it's like 6 cents.
DNA.
Yeah, DNA. So it's a very interesting play. And if you believe in data privacy, it's got a cause there, or a purpose that you'll align with.
And they're going to keep are they keeping the token in the market, or are they taking this thing kind of private?
That's kind of, I don't know. I just see that one press release there. I haven't talked to those guys since January.
Right.
And before that, it was like a year. Because I thought they were dead in the water. I mean, this token went all the way down to like 0.000001
right.
Before it rebounded. So is that them?
No. So this is the guys I'm interviewing.
Oh, God.
They're doing their public sale on sushi, miso, but wow, the lag in my browser is brutal. But very similar, but they have built in. They are offering directly the sequencing and the data storage and share and selling, right? So it's basically encryption, but they also sell the actual test. I think $4.99 is a bit steep, but maybe it's a better.
Are they doing whole genome or is it SNP?
It says 30x, 100% of your DNA.
Well, they must be doing whole genome. Actually, that was like, to do that was like 2000.
So they got it at
a year or
$500
so ago.
or so,
But
whatever 499 pounds is
the
equal
very
to.
the very first whole genome sequence cost about $4 billion.
Yeah.
That was the Human Genome Project. That that was the guy who his company went public, and his bioinformatics software was doing that sequencing at NIH. And he was the guy that formed the fund that I used to run years ago around all these early stage sort of tech things, particularly in life sciences, because DNA is digital, basically, but digital data. So there's a lot of things you could do with it. Now they don't. I think encryption. Probably my guess is now indigenous would do the sequencing, but a lot of people bailed on that market because sequencing isn't really profitable. Nebula Genomics with George Church, the guys out of Harvard, they bailed on it. And I think he was maybe Veritas, maybe was his sequencing partner, Luna DNA, which is, who are those guys out, the big sequencing company in La Jolla. God, I can't believe I'm blanking on their name, but they're a little sub of them. And so most of them are just playing in the data now, not doing the sequencing.
Right.
So I don't know. It's an amazing space and it's real world applications.
Yep.
So, it's something to look at. But, it's just, I was surprised. I was happy for those guys.
So the genome sale finished. They raised like 1.8, 1.7 million. Very interesting. It was founded in 2018 in the UK. Dr. Mark Hannell and Aldo de Pape. Interesting though. And I can't wait to interview him. It's going to be really interesting because since I have a perspective from our work with encryption, right? So it's very interesting. Very interesting that encryption got acquired too. That's
we don't know that we don't know the terms of the deal. I mean, I know that indigenous, it seemed like they'd only raised 1.5 million, but Helax has $500 million. So, I'm sure it was not front loaded.
Right.
I'm sure it's like a stock deal and, earn out stuff is my assumption. Having done this type of work in the past, M&A work, I wouldn't be, stroking a check because there's, other issues there too.
Oh,
remember they did an ICO in the US.
So continuing the SDOG coverage, we have another announcement by the team. I'm going to share my Discord here. Remove, hide, share, stop screen.
Here we go. Something from.
I got it. Hold on. Here it is.
Oh, Trading Edge got in on the MISO pre-sale for the genome, and he's looking.
Oh, he did. Nice.
Smart. There was another company out there sequencing called Chavome that was super. If you could find that site, there's a really good white paper there on DNA data. And a guy was, who was his? Alex somebody was the CEO. Super smart guy, but who got involved? Draper guys got involved there too. So it's a fascinating space. But let's get back to what I think we're all interested in.
Here we go. Now we get the full-blown apology. Dear everyone, we as a team are deeply sorry for what happened with the Snow Dog experiment. It felt far away from our initial intentions and resulted in a total failure. We made a terrible mistake in thinking this process was the right one. This outcome is bad, and we don't want to leave holders and sellers like that. We fucked up. Actually, I fucked up. Yeti, take personal responsibility for conceiving and leading the Snow Dog project in the wrong direction, resulting in this outcome. Our objective was to build a meme coin for Avalanche, but this will never be possible if we don't compensate for our bad decisions. Ooh. We don't want this to ever happen again. We want to restore trust in the protocol and allow the community to choose how the treasury should be put at work in the future. Snafu will become our community lead effective immediately and become the voice of the community, helping make sure everyone is heard and create ideas from members are able to emerge. Today, we will take the following actions. Add the SDOG MIM liquidity back on Trader Joe. Launch SDOG MIM mints on Snowbank. This will allow SDOG owners to mint Snowbank by providing liquidity for the pair. We also saved the list of SDOG holders before and after buyback. We will be able to find ways to compensate these owners. We want to address the FUD around early buyback sellers. No team member was allowed to participate in the buyback, and no team member benefited from the buyback. We made sure information about the process wasn't shared with anyone. We were pressured by multiple influencers to divulge what the process would be and how it would be conducted, but we didn't share a single piece of information with them. We are collecting evidence to prove that there was no insider trading. Lastly, we will conduct an AMA Monday at a time still to be defined to address questions and concerns. We made bad decisions and want to apologize again for this, Yeti. That's exactly what I want to see. That is exactly what I want to see. That is
now, see, that's brilliant right there.
That's exactly what I
do.
was talking about right there. That's how you do crisis management, right? You don't fuck around. You don't make excuses. You take responsibility and then you provide a solution. That's fucking awesome.
No, I think that's a brilliant move. And I'm glad that they matured up.
I'm going to go buy some Snowbank.
Yeah, let's see what's going on over there real quick. Hey, yeah, let's look at that. And then I also want to cover RNDR because Strawberry is talking about distributed GPU rendering, metaverse RNDR. So let's look at that once after we just check the Snowbank prices here.
Let's go back to Snowbank. Oh, it doesn't tell us the price. Let's go over to here. $7.94 right now. So, hanging, but I'm going to go help push that up a little bit. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a team that understood that, this was serious. We have to take responsibility for our actions and we have to do the right thing. And that's exactly what they just did. So glad to see that. Really am. Look, could be all bullshit, people. It doesn't mean that they're not stupid. and they could make similar stupid decisions, but right now they're making good decisions. Now the Snow Dog mint is not available yet, I don't think. Let's take a look and see. Oh, am I not sharing the screen?
No, you're not
talking. Oh, fuck.
That's all right, dude.
All right, share screen window. I need to talk to StreamYard about some UI issues. So they don't have yet the mint up, but they just posted this thing 14 minutes ago, this apology. But overall, I'm really pleased to see that we're still at 1.1 million APY, 13.6% 5-day ROI. TVL is up to 45 million, so another million added since we started talking. I'm really happy to see this. And I think that the earnings are going to be nice for a little bit of a short period of time to put a little more in there. For me personally, not financial advice. Do your own research. These guys have epically fucked up. So we know they're capable of that. But I'm happy to see that they're taking an action.
Well, what's interesting is that when they, give a big fat discount to mint with just straight up Snow Dog. There'll probably be a mint off the liquidity pool token too.
Right.
But just give a straight up Snow Dog mint, because if you do it off the liquidity pool, people are going to sell half their Snow Dog to pair up in a liquidity pool.
Yep.
And just make it straight up. And, put like a big fat 80% discount, 60% discount, something like that. And I think you'll get all the press you want about making it right.
Exactly.
And the third thing they said, what was the third thing they were going to do?
They're talking about some kind of compensation specifically, that they've taken a snapshot of holders' wallets, and they're looking at some other compensation.
Again, there's another beautiful play. So, look at like, could airdrop something in there. You could do all kinds of treats for people. And that's how you win the loyalty back. I mean, that's the key.
And again, I'm not even necessarily saying that they should compensate everybody completely for it. Make people earn it a little bit. We all knew we were playing a game. We all knew we had risk there, but make it possible for people to get it back. Now, the sad thing is all the people that sold. Maybe I should be buying some S-Dog if this mint looks
I bought
nice.
some more. I bought more yesterday when it was like in the hundreds or something, or twos. Maybe I bought it like 2 something. But why? I was like, why not at this point?
Right.
If I see 20 million meme coins coming my way, I'm like, why not buy a little? Who the frig cares at this point? But look, if you do a big mint discount on straight Snow Dog, and you do an 80% mint discount for the first 2 bonding periods or minting periods, everybody must be made whole by then.
Look at this shit.
I don't think people are down more than 80. What?
Look at this. Look what Trader Joe did. Removed Snowbank and removed S-Dog.
Oh, wow.
That's fucking brutal. how are they going to add the liquidity back? I guess they can do it anyway themselves.
Yeah.
Woo, that's ugly. That's
What did
really
they add? What were the ones they added?
Melt and Craft. That's painful, dude.
Well,
I didn't accept
look,
the update. So
these guys are, it sounds to me like they're making the right moves now.
yeah.
And they probably got a real PR firm in here to handle crisis management, to tell them what to do. And that's the lesson.
Yeah.
So I say bravo, let's go make some money.
Yeah. Now the question is, are they only going to allow mints from wallets that held it previously? Or are they going to allow anybody that holds it?
I think anybody.
Yeah, I would assume
guess.
so. I would assume so. Look at these mints, man. These mints are all
but the negatives.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because the price is down. So, now they want everybody, when that happens, this, I'm just saying it out loud for everybody else if they don't. That's what they want to encourage market buying and spot buying, because you can't mint. So everybody goes in and buys spot, and then you'll see that discount or that plus up go down to a discount eventually.
I hope Trader Joe puts them back on, because that could be a big hit for them.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's going to put them up. Trader Joe's isn't the only DEX on Avalanche, or the only, so somebody will put it up.
Yeah.
But I think it's the right move.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So
No, I definitely think they're handling it appropriately. I'm really impressed that they're taking that move.
So, but let's jump on. Strawberry said something about RNDR. Render.
All right, I got about 10 minutes.
Yeah, so
let's
hit
see.
that for him real quick, and then we'll cut out.
Strawberry, is that Avalanche, or where are we talking?
Well,
about?
I did it on CoinGecko. I pulled it up on
distributed GP rendering.
So GPU cards doing some kind of rendering.
Ooh,
so
that sounds really interesting.
Yeah. So look, when
I could use that for material indicators. We're starting to get ready to do some machine learning stuff.
Well, it depends on what is he. When I use the word render, I was involved with this distributed processing company years ago that was modeled on, the SETI thing, where, all the different computer processing idle time was being used to, calculate things. Well, rendering was something you do in animation, drawing basically. And so I just want to figure, is that what they're talking about? I'm on the CoinGecko thing. I'm going to.
Well, he says it's in relation to, or she, sorry, I shouldn't be sexist. Strawberry Miserable says that it is in regards to that with regards to metaverse, they think it's interesting. So that's so distributed GP rendering on the blockchain. Now, interestingly enough, this is what Boba, formerly OMG, is factoring their layer 2 on, is connecting to high volume processing machines on, say, Amazon and Google, and allowing people that want their applications on the blockchain that require that level of processing power to also be able to have high speed, low cost transactions on blockchain and connect via API to those services. So that's interesting, because that's kind of what also a similar model is, that there's this connection between old and new, and you're allowing it to make it usable. So
here's something. Let me read this real quick. Octane Render, I guess, is their product. It's the world's first and fastest GPU accelerated, unbiased, physically correct renderer. Octane uses the graphics card in your computer to render photorealistic images super fast. With Octane's parallel compute capabilities, you can create stunning works in a fraction of the time. OTOY, which I guess is this company, Academy Award-winning technology, is used by leading visual effects studios, artists, animators, designers. So it's what we said. It's
image rendering. It's what you said.
Yeah.
So this wouldn't be something I utilize for machine learning, but it certainly makes sense that this is a great industry to go after too, right? It's like, so Strawberry's correct in saying that, for metaverse stuff, this has some potential as well. That's interesting.
And it looks like it's been around.
Really cool.
Founded in 2008. By Jules Urbach, Alyssa Granger, and Malcolm Taylor. Don't know them. Since then, the company has grown to over 60 employees across 4 offices with HQ in LA. So look, these guys, if you look at what they're doing, I mean, this is we talked about M&A with encryption. This is a acquisition target.
Yeah.
If I'm running anything from Deluxe Entertainment, which is, Ron Perlman's company out there, to the studios, to whatever, look how much animation. is out there.
Pixar just buying this
Yeah.
thing. Like it's like this is friggin' awesome, dude. Thank you so
Good.
much, Strawberry. That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll
JJ
dig into
Abrams is on the team. The CEO of Brave Software on the team.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome,
look at this.
dude.
They've got looks like a max supply of about 523 million tokens, and there's about 154
This looks
circulating right now.
really like a sweet play. I mean, this is kind of one of those you hold on a fundamentals basis.
Yes.
Right? It's like, okay, I'm just going to hold this. Strawberry said, we thanked Strawberry, and Strawberry said, no worries, I'll post my wallet for you. Awesome, man. I got a stack of S-Dog for you.
I'll give you some encryption, but it's the original
and a little
token.
And a little Titan. I'll send you a little Titan from
the
Iron
OG
Finance.
And Iron Finance. Yeah, exactly. I got shitloads of that. But yeah, no, it had a nice big run from, it looks like it went from like quarter or something or less than $1 up to $8 during Pumptober, and it's going strong in November. So he's right. It's getting a lot of attention.
S-Dog interrupted us, but our plan was today we were going to also mint a token just for shits and giggles and try to come up with some crazy concept around it. We should do that finally on Monday because like this would be a perfect time. Like everybody that sends us cool shit, we send them some tokens just for shits and giggles, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and hey, Strawberry, I was going to tell you, your wallet's not going to be enough for me. We're going to need that seed phrase too. Just fucking with you.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna have to drop because I gotta get ready for my team call for material indicators at 1.
Hey, well, good stuff on Snow Dog today. I mean, I think that release from them really makes me feel better, and I'm sure it makes you feel better.
Hey, everybody. Typically, we would cover a lot of DGen plays during the show, but the whole S-Dog thing took us off our mark a little bit and let us cover that. We wanted to cover it because we think it's important because we've been talking about it for a week. I want to thank all the new folks who dove in yesterday. Joe, we got to do these more. We were talking about this yesterday. We got to do more of this kind of shit where we're like live action stuff because we had a massive boost in viewers and subscriptions yesterday. So thank you to everybody that came to join us. We want the community to take part with us. So we're going to be working on some more community stuff. And hey, thanks, Trading Edge. You have a great weekend too, man.
You too.
We love you guys. Please share it. Please let people know about it. And please, B05 Crypto on Twitter and Telegram. Feel free to message me and send me things you think we should be talking about, DGen plays, whatever. We want this to be a community effort. We got all kinds of cool shit coming down the road. So please keep watching because we're going to have lots of opportunities for everybody here. So thank you very much. Take care.
And enjoy the weekend, everyone.
Thank you, Strawberry. Have a great weekend.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.